here we go. The box office. So the COVID era aside, when we were all locked at home, and it turns out now there is no good reason to lock us at home, and it messed up kids going to school, it messed up progress on math, a lot of kids got messed up, and the rest of us just got pissed off, and so we sat home, went to the liquor company, and got really messed up. So now, what we have is box office is supposed to be back. We're all supposed to be enjoying ourselves, getting overpriced popcorn and a slushie and watching things with the big screen. But is that what's happening? Not really. January was the worst box office month in 30 years. Not 3 years, so you could go blame COVID. 30 freaking years. So you've got a lot of the new generation weren't even born yet. Everybody under 30 wasn't even born when this box office was going on. And I would argue everybody under 35, probably doesn't even remember, except 5 years old, your parents were taking you to movies, you were enjoying that sort of thing. My gosh. So now what? Then February, well, we got Dune coming, Dune 2, to be exact, Dune 2, it's going to be coming, and there's things going on here. Oh, it's going to rescue. You know what? They're not sure. They're not sure if Dune 2 is really going to do it. And now February also was the lowest month since September of 1997. So January, 30 years. It says February all the way back to 1997, which is 16 years, right? Holy moly. So you're talking right now, it's not a fluke anymore. It's a couple months in a row. Take a look at this chart. We're going to look at the chart. This is the gross, month-by-month gross, and take a look at this. And here's a moving average. So the purple line is the moving average, and the dots represent a bunch of movies that were in there. And so when you add up all the movies that are going on, Titanic and all these things where they made a bunch of money, look at this. First of all, you can clearly see COVID when, all those people in government erroneously or intentionally, pick a word you like, told us, go home, no movies. But we were able to come back outside in 2022, all the states opened up, everything happening, and we thought there'd be a bounce up. Well, there was, but it didn't get back to the peak. And look at July 23. See that little dot there? Barbenheimer. That's Barbie and Oppenheimer, which saved the tush of the movie production industry in July of 23. And beyond that, look at it. Everything's back down, and look at February 24th. Everything is bouncing back down. Yet, all those jobs are in the economy, things are going on, but jobs aren't what they seem. 6% of American full-time workers over the age of 25 have a second job. 6% because of inflation. Inflation could be because of Bidenomics or not because of Bidenomics. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. The facts are that's what's going on. So maybe people have less money for movies and they're streaming. So now everybody's asking, wait, why is this? Why aren't they back? There hasn't been any reason as to why they wouldn't be back. Well, a couple good movies come out. Barbenheimer, as they say it, Barbie and Oppenheimer, that just crushed the summer. Okay. So you've got that going on. And there's a couple things. So let's dive into it. I got curious. And so what is going on with box office? Can you just say streaming? No. Can you say you're out of superheroes? No. Although, take a look at this. This next chart, this shows superheroes. So take a look at that. When you've got all those Avengers and Marvel, superheroes coming out, look at that. And amazingly, but if you look at, this is basically 100% of all movies out there. This isn't the sales. This is share of box office. Whether the box office is $1 billion or $100 million in a month doesn't matter. And take a look at this. Contemporary fiction getting squeezed. Superhero was peaked out in 22 at, actually I think that's 21 to be exact, 21 to 22. Yeah, it's the full year from 21 to 22. Superheroes were 32% of the box office. And every superhero movie was a sequel or part of a series. You know, Spider-Man 81 and all those kind of things that went with that. So take a look at that. So superheroes have now dropped off. And by the way, the last couple superhero movies didn't even do that well. So it's like, has America had its 10 years with the superheroes? You can see that lump there, the purple lump in the COVID dive and come back. Superheroes, but guess what? Superheroes are not saving the day right now. So, you know, you also had, you know, Marvel's multiverse. I think that was 4 movies, multiverse, and they've come and gone. And Sony Venom, you know, the sequel did like $200 million. But the point is, look at this. You know, superheroes aren't going to save the day, and now there's fewer of those. So people say the answer is streaming, but I don't think so. I think that's part of it, but part of it is experience. So check out this next chart. This is an inflation chart. So bear with me just a moment. Let's do something interesting. So we've talked about, and this is a 23-year chart from year 2000 to year 2023. We've talked about college tuition up 185%. Medical care, housing up 100%, 97. New vehicles up 25%. Telephone services down 6%. Well, that's because you're getting more unlimited plans on your cell phone. So the service is down 6%. Computer software down 74%. You don't pay $250 for Microsoft Office anymore. You pay $15 a month and it includes email. But look at the bottom. Televisions down 98% since year 2000. So I got very curious and I said, well, hang on a second. Let me go back. And I found some stats in 7-year gaps. So right now, Q1 of 2024, if you go to Best Buy, you can get a Toshiba or Insignia 55-inch TV, you know, with like a 1-year warranty, very nice TV, Amazon Fire built in, internet connected, 4K. So it's a 4K TV, so it, you know, high quality. For $249, 55 inches, connected with apps, Hulu's built in, Amazon Fire is built in. Okay, $250. 7 years ago, I went and looked. So that would be 2017. I found an LG 55-inch, $2,700. There you go. Then I went back and I said, well, shoot, let me go back a little bit further. So I went to 2010. 55-inch Samsung in 2010, $34.99. Think about that. From 2017, 2024, $2,700, 10% of that is $270, and for $250, you can get the 55-inch 4K TV. So I think there's a couple things happening. During COVID, people picked up streaming more and have now stayed with streaming, number one. Number two, a 55-inch TV is $250. When you saw the riots and everything a couple years ago and people were stealing TVs from Best Buy, you're like, why steal the TV? It's only worth $250. How do you sell a stolen TV for more than like a Franklin, right? How do you sell it for more than $100? You probably don't. So steal something more valuable. You know, I'm not recommending theft, but I'm just saying. So now you have a much better experience at home. You've got streaming. And then I took a look, how much was a subwoofer? A subwoofer and a bar and 2 little speakers, a set, $99 at Best Buy. So you can get a subwoofer and a nice bar, put it right there with your TV, and get pretty good sound. So for $399, you can get a 55-inch 4K TV, a sound bar, a woofer, and some little, you know, left and right speakers, and have a pretty damn good experience. You know, and now you could spend a lot more than that for other types of speakers and stuff. I saw them, but I listened to this and I thought I listened to it myself. I said, you know what, that's perfectly fine. If I had an apartment or even a small house, I would say, if I had a house I was Airbnb-ing it, I would put this in there because I think that gives it a good good experience, and guess what? It's not very expensive, and people could enjoy it at my Airbnb. So I think what's going on here at the box office is a perfect storm of many things. Number one, tickets are still expensive. Food is still expensive. If you look what it takes to go to that box office for a family of 4, look out, especially if you're paying the extra like $7, $10 for the 3D movie and put the 3D glasses on. So take a look at what you're paying for that family and then look at it. A family of 4, it's gonna cost you $100. For $100, you could have the subwoofer and the speakers there from Best Buy at home, go to the movies 2 more times, you've got a 55-inch 4K TV. So now the experience you could have at home is tremendous, really amazing. And so I sit down and I think about it and I'm like, I think you can get an experience at home and the theater is expensive and I got to drive to go to the theater. So you got to be careful what's going on. And the release windows are shrinking. And people like Amazon and Netflix have got new movies all the time that are interesting. So along with that, the quality of movies at the box office are kind of shrinking. Superheroes, the recent ones didn't do too well. So now you've got fewer great movies. Great experience can be bought at home for only a couple $100. The movies themselves are actually expensive and you don't have to leave your house to go do it. Now, I love a good movie. Patrick and I love movies. We love going to them. And we've seen fantastic movies that I kind of was sitting here trying to get through, like Straight Outta Compton. And then I went to Straight Outta Compton with Patrick and David. Yes, I did. And then there's movies we both go and watch and we felt emotional. Dunkirk, we saw Dunkirk. We thought it was a fabulous movie. How can you not be emotional about knowing that this is Hollywood's adaptation, but it is a true story and what happened in Dunkirk? What a story. And then you just go to a superhero movie and say, wow, that was really fun. Well, we love doing that. But I can't deny it. You know what? I've sat at home with my daughters and I've watched some. So I think there's a lot going on and the box office can't be summed up. Oh, it's just streaming. It's not. It's quality of movies. It's ease of getting it at home. There's a lot of things that are going on with it. And so I hope that unlocked your brain a little bit. Whenever you see a headline, dive into it. See what's going on behind it. You may find out that there's more things than just one thing.